Good morning, students. Today, let us see some more illustrations on SHM. See this question. A particle of mass m executes SHM, simple harmonic motion, with amplitude A and frequency nu. The average kinetic energy during motion from the position of equilibrium to the end means it will be amplitude, is 4 options are given, and this question has come in AI 07. Now there is no AIEEE exam. So here he is asking you average kinetic energy. So we have discussed this. Average kinetic energy is given by Ke maximum plus Ke minimum by 2, right? Now Ke minimum, the minimum value can be 0. We have discussed this point that this kinetic energy value will become 0 if speed is 0. It is 0. And where is speed 0? It is 0 at the highest point, at the amplitude. Potential energy need not be 0. It can be some value other than 0. But kinetic energy minimum value is always 0. And it is always positive. It can never be a negative value. So this becomes what? This becomes Ke maximum by 2. What is Ke maximum? See, basically it is, what is Ke? Half mv square, no? Half mv square by 2. So this 2, another 2 will come. This is by 2 now. So this is 1 by 4 mv square. V square can be written as, how we can write V? V maximum. When V attains maximum, you get maximum kinetic energy. So what is V maximum? A omega. So it is A square omega square. Okay. But the options are given in terms of frequency. You can see here, all options are given in terms of frequency. So you can write, why I have written capital A? I think in the question it is given as small a. Okay, this will be small a. Omega square will be equal to what? 2 pi nu. Omega is equal to 2 pi by t or 2 pi nu. So it is 4 pi square nu square. So here you are getting 4 and 4 cancel. You are getting m a square v square. M a square, and there is a pi also. Pi square m a square nu square. So pi square m a square nu square. This is the answer. Okay, simple question. You should know this concept. So let us move to the next one. And one thing I want to say, my writing is not very good. One student was asking, kya kare? Everyone has some problem. My problem is not very excellent writing. Wish God has provided me that kind of ability. But I am reading here, so you should be able to understand what I am writing, what I am reading over here. Okay. So kindly adjust. Few things cannot be changed. However, I am trying to. A block of mass m is attached to the light spring. See, whenever you see this term called light spring and all that, that means the spring weight is negligible. Of force constant k and released when it is natural, when it is in the natural length. Find amplitude of the subsequent oscillations. Okay, a block of mass m is attached to a light spring. So let us say some situation is like this. There is a mass m which is attached to the spring, and the spring has got a force constant k. Now he is asking you, once you attach this mass to it, now because of this weight will be acting down, now this will oscillate in this direction. Okay, now he is asking you what is the amplitude of subsequent oscillations. Oscillations will be happening. So whenever we are trying to find out this oscillations, you have to identify where is the mean position. The mean position, once you identify, you have to calculate the amplitude from that mean position. Suppose you have a particle, this is origin, let us say 0, 0, it is oscillating here. So this is your amplitude because this is your mean position. In some other situation, let us say it is the mean position is here and it is oscillating here. So this is your amplitude. Alright, you should not call this as amplitude. No, this is your amplitude. So first you have to identify the amplitude. Now, in a situation like this, we need to see if the system has to be in equilibrium, what are the forces which are going to act? So if you draw the free body diagram, the weight is acting downward and the spring force is acting upward. What is this x? In this direction, let us say x displacement is happening. You can call x, you can call y, it's your wish. So F is equal to Kx is acting upward. So in the equilibrium condition, what is this W? This is mg is equal to Kx. So this is the condition of equilibrium what you have applied. Listen carefully. This is the condition of equilibrium you applied. So here what the x value you are going to get. Let us say if you take this is my 0, so you got some x here. This is my x. So that is your mean position now, because that is where the forces are balanced and now it is oscillating. So x is equal to mg by k. I can call it as the mean position. It comes from equilibrium condition. Now this mass is, this weight is doing some work. This weight is doing some work. That work is stored as potential energy in the spring. So you can apply the conservation of energy also. Where did this work go? It got stored inside that. It got stored inside that spring as the potential energy. So what is the work done here? Force into distance. Force is acting downward. So that is mg force is acting downward, and x is the displacement, is equal to half k x square. Now this is the potential energy that is stored inside the spring. So the maximum work done can be, the maximum work done, here you put x is equal to amplitude, you get the maximum work done by the force, that weight. It gets stored as a maximum potential energy in the spring. So here what you are going to get, x is potentially the maximum amplitude. So it is kx. Here x is cancelled both sides. If you see here, x is there, x square is there. So this becomes mg is equal to kx by 2. From here you are going to get mg, x is equal to 2 mg by k. Now it can be potentially the amplitude, the maximum amplitude. So in the question is asking you what is the amplitude of subsequent oscillations. So this has to be measured from the mean. Okay, if I try to draw an exaggerated figure. So this is the, let us say, the 0 line, the center line. So this is your x, and this can be potentially your amplitude, the maximum. Okay, so this is your amplitude. This is equilibrium. This is pertaining to maximum. Now up to here the spring can get displaced. Up to here the spring can get displaced. So amplitude should be measured from where? From the mean. So what is your answer then? Your amplitude actually will be equal to 2 mg by k minus mg by k. It is mg divided by k. Alright? So note down. So let us move on to the next illustration. This illustration also has come in one of the JEE exams. Don't know the year, but it has come. A spring of force constant 1200 Newton per meter. That means K is given. Always write the data, please. Okay. Is mounted on a horizontal table as shown in the figure. He has not given any figure. A mass 3 kg is attached to the free end of the spring and pulled sideways to a distance 2 cm and released. Determine, there is a big this thing I have written on the main points. Determine frequency, maximum acceleration and maximum speed of the mass. So the situation is like this. So there is a spring which is connected to a mass. This mass is given as 3 kg. This is given as 3 kg. Okay? To the free end of the spring and pulled sideways. It is pulled in this direction to a distance of 2 centimeter and released. Once you have pulled, you released, it will oscillate. It will oscillate. So determine the frequency. So frequency time period for the mass system, we have discussed this for spring system. What is the time period? T pi is equal to 2 pi into root over m by k, right? So just calculate that. 2 pi into root over, what is m? M is given as 3 kg. This is 1200. I will use calculator. You don't use. If you do, at your own peril. So I am getting 0.314 seconds. Why did we calculate t? Because in the question frequency is asked. So frequency is equal to 1 by t. It is 1 by 0.314 cycles per second. Isn't it? So inverse margin 3.18 I am getting 3.18 cycles per second. Call it cycles per second, call it hertz, all mean the same thing. Then he is asking you what is the maximum acceleration. What is the maximum acceleration? We have seen that, maximum acceleration also we have, in the question, what is given? In the question, amplitude is given. It is been pulled by 2 centimeter and then released. So, what is the amplitude in this case? Okay, so we have to find the maximum acceleration. So A maximum was what? See, general acceleration is given by omega square y, right? When y becomes A, your acceleration attained will be maximum. Remember, the maximum speed is at the mean position, the maximum acceleration is at the amplitude location, right? So from here, A maximum will be equal to omega square A, right? So it is omega square A. But omega is not given, but you are given with F. So what is omega? Omega is 2 pi F. So you can work out the value of omega here. So it is 2 into 3.14 into 3.18, isn't it? So how much is it? It is 2 into 3.14 into 3.18. It is 19.9 approximately 20 I'm writing. So this is my omega, radians per second. So if I know omega, what is my A maximum? A maximum will be equal to 20 square into amplitude. Now it has been pulled and released. So it has been pulled to the maximum only. So here amplitude is 2 centimeter, which is 0.02. So 400 into 0.02. A little weak in maths, so I will use calculator. 8 meter per second square. And what is the maximum speed of the mass? Maximum speed of the mass is A omega. It is 0.02 into 20. So it is 40, it is 0.4 meter per second. Okay? Simple question only. Just make a note. Let us move to the next illustration. A vertical spring is stretched by 0.2 centimeter when a weight of 10 g, this is 10 grams. Do not confuse this with the g, 9.8 meter per second square. When a weight of 10 grams is attached to its free end, the weight is further pulled down by 1 centimeter and released. Compute the frequency and the maximum speed. All these are simple questions. Try to make a sketch to understand what is happening. There is a vertical spring. So this is a situation actually. जब स्प्रिंग लगाओगे तो क्या होगा? ये कुछ तो डिस्प्लेस होगा, कुछ तो डिस्प्लेस होगा. इनिशियली स्प्रिंग लूज सिचुएशन में था, अपने लोड लगाया तो कुछ तो डिस्प्लेस हुआ. कितना डिस्प्लेस हुआ वो? 0.2 सेंटीमीटर्स. 0.2 सेंटीमीटर इट गॉट डिस्प्लेस्ड. सो हमें फ्रीक्वेंसी और मैक्सिमम स्पीड निकालना है. तो फ्रीक्वेंसी मतलब टाइम पीरियड निकालना है, हमें k का वैल्यू चाहिए. व्हाट इज k? k इज फोर्स डिवाइडेड बाय व्हाट इज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट दैट हैपेंड, राइट? ये कौन सा फोर्स है? दिस इज रीस्टोरिंग फोर्स. दिस इज रीस्टोरिंग फोर्स. Force upon displacement. So here you attached a 10 gram mass over here, okay? A 10 gram mass. So because of the weight it is moving down, so it got initially displaced. So here k value will be how much? Mg divided by, let us call this as x. So it is 10 into 10 power minus 3 into g. G is another 10 divided by displacement. It is 0.2 into 10 power minus centimeter is minus 2. You can see here, this is 10 power minus 2, this is 10 power minus 2. It is 10 divided by 0.2 or 100 divided by 2. It is 50 Newton per meter. Okay? Understood how I have calculated the k value? Now this is the initial displacement. Now ध्यान से सुनो. पहले ये स्प्रिंग यहाँ था, उसका जो सेंटर मीन पोजीशन, it got initially displaced this much, and then the weight is further pulled down. The weight is further pulled down by another 1 centimeter. So the amplitude is 1 centimeter. Understood? The amplitude is not 1 centimeter plus 0.2. I told you, if this is the original position, it got initially displaced this much, and from here it was pulled another 1 centimeter. So this 1 centimeter will be the amplitude. It has to be measured from the mean. This is the mean now. Okay? This is the initial displacement that happened because of putting this mass to this spring. अगर ये mass नहीं लगा होता तो spring यही होता, इस पोजीशन में होता. लेकिन आपने मास लगाया तो ये इनिशियल डिस्प्लेसमेंट होके उतना ही लटक के रह गया हो. ऐसे ही होता है ना, जब आप कोई वेट लगाते हो उसको तो वो कुछ पुल्ड बैक होता है, कुछ थोड़ा सा नीचे चला जाता है. तो दिस इज दैट इनिशियल वैल्यू. ओके, नाउ आफ्टर दैट यू नीड टू कैलकुलेट k. You have got the value now. Find out frequency. Time period is how much? 2 pi into root over m by k. Frequency will be 1 upon 2 pi into k by n. Right? कहाँ से आएगी? Time period is equal to 2 pi root over m by k. इसका inverse of this 1 upon 2 pi k by n. So 1 upon 2 pi into k. The k value is, we have calculated here. It is root 50 divided by the mass. Mass is how much? 10 grams. So it is 10 into 10 power 1. Only mass you have to put, not weight. So 10 into 10 power minus 2, it is 10 power minus 2. Sorry, 10 into 10 power minus 3 is 10 power minus 2. So just calculate this value. So this is 100. When it goes to the root 5000. Again we will use tick 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 calculator. Calculator is saying root 5000 divided by 2 divided by 3.14. You are getting 11.25 cycles per second. 11.25 cycles per second. What is the meaning of this 0.25 cycles per second? 11 full rounds and 0.25 means 1/4 round. 0.25 means 1/4 round. मतलब 11 times ऐसे चक्कर मारा, 11 times ऐसे चक्कर मारा, फिर उसके बाद approximately 1/4 चक्कर मारा. That is the meaning. Okay. This frequency need not be always a whole number. It can be a decimal number also. All right. What else asked? Maximum speed. Maximum speed is how much? V is equal to A omega. A value is, you have to put 1. So 0.01 into omega. Omega is how much you got? If we calculate omega, we haven't calculated omega. Omega we need to calculate. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. So it is 2 into 3.14 into frequency. It is 11.25. Okay. So 2 into 3.14 into 11.25. Omega value is 70.65 radians per second. 70.65 radians per second. So just put the value here. 70.65 into 0.1. You're getting 0.7 meter per second. Okay. Now remember, this is the angular speed. This is the linear speed. Linear speed मतलब ये जो कितना स्पीड से ऐसे जा रहा है अप एंड डाउन. Okay. All right. Just take the screenshot. So let us move to the next illustration. A mass m attached to a horizontal spring executes simple harmonic motion with amplitude a1. When m passes through, the mass passes through its mean position, a smaller mass is placed over the top of it and both of them move together with amplitude a2. You have to find the ratio of a1 by a2. This question has come in IIEEE 11. Now the situation is like this. You have a horizontal spring. This mass is m. Okay. It is giving some oscillations to the spring. Now what is happening is, in the initial situation, the amplitude was a1. This is case 1. Now case 2, we have put another mass on top of it. In this situation, the amplitude was a1. In this situation, amplitude was a2. So you have to find the ratio of a1 by a2. So, see students, whenever you see this type of masses, mass on top of masses, masses embedding into another masses, you should think in terms of law of conservation of momentum. See, we are still in this mechanics chapter only, right? All this, we are talking about motion, right? So, whatever you have learned in kinematics, Newton's laws of motion, they are not isolated, you know, कि उस चैप्टर में पढ़ ली और वही छोड़ दी. तो क्या हम उसको कहीं और भी यूज कर सकते हैं? जैसे ये सवाल दिया हुआ है, तो इनिशियली जब इसमें केवल मास m है और बाद में उसके ऊपर दूसरे मास को लगा दिया, तो इनिशियली इसका कुछ तो स्पीड होगा. So can we apply the law of conservation momentum? We can apply here. Let us say here the speed was v1 and here the speed was v2. v1, v2 are the maximum speeds. Obviously, when amplitude a1 is there, correspondingly some v1 will be there, no? So you can apply law of conservation of momentum. Initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Okay. So from here, you are getting this expression, right? And can we write this as m into a1 omega 1 is equal to m plus m into a2 omega 2. Omega 1, omega 2 we have to find out. So for finding out omega 1, omega 2, we have to find out the time periods. So initially only single mass is there. So what is the time period? Time period is 2 pi into root over m upon k, when only that single mass is there. Now there are two masses. So time period t2, obviously there will be a change, you know. So 2 pi into root over, मैंने क्या बोला था? Masses को add करो. Spring constant तो उतना ही रहेगा. Spring is not changing. So t1 by t2 is equal to root over m by m plus m. Okay. So from here we want a1 by a2. So a1 by a2 is equal to m plus m divided by m into omega 2 by omega 1. Right. omega 2 by omega 1. So omega 2 is 2 pi t2 and omega 1 is 2 pi by t2 and this is 2 pi by t1. What is omega 2 pi upon t no? So omega 2 by omega 1, how much it will be? 2 pi cancel. This will become t1 by t2. 2 pi cancel. This is 2 pi by t2. This is 2 pi by t1. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? 2 pi by t2 divided by 2 pi by t1. 2 pi cancel. t1 will go to the numerator. t2 will remain in the denominator. That is what I have written. So this can be written as m plus n by m into omega 2 by omega 1, which is t1 by t2. But t1 by t2 is how much? This much. So it is root over m by root over m plus n. So finally, what is the answer? This is square root, this is, so this will cancel root m. So similarly this one also, it is root over m plus m by m. Okay? So this is how you can write. So here you should get this idea. Okay? Now why we have applied this linear law of conservation of momentum? Is there any external force acting on the system? There is no external force acting on the system, right? So the whatever the whether you are adding masses to it, whether the overall momentum of the system will be conserved, the momentum of the overall system momentum will be conserved. Okay? There are no external forces acting over there. He is simply saying that a mass m is attached to the horizontal spring and it is executing simple harmonic motion. उसको ऐसे लगा करके छोड़ दिया होगा, हमें नहीं पता, है ना? So now it is oscillating by its own. So there is no external force which is acting on the system. If there is no external force acting on the system, law of conservation of momentum can be applied. So this is how it is. Okay? But basically, if you just use these in mathematical, कभी भी आप ऐसा कोई सिचुएशन देखें जहाँ पर मास के ऊपर मास लगाया है, मास के अंदर दूसरा मास एम्बेड हो रहा है, तो you can always think in terms of law of conservation of momentum. Applying law of conservation of momentum, you should always think whether any external forces are acting on the system. That you have to ask yourself. Then you will get the data. So with this, I am concluding this session, and we'll see some more numericals tomorrow. Okay. So till then, take care. Bye bye.